Good morning, third graders. Today, I am not Miss Landon. No. Today, I am Scientist McFarland, and I'm here to tell you all about lab safety. Now, Miss Landon has told me that in this classroom, we learn by doing. That means exploring, asking valuable questions, and solving problems together. We all have something to contribute. Today, we'll learn how real scientists like myself stay safe. And after we've learned the importance of lab safety, you'll get to be scientists too. Okay, before we start our experiments, I have to tell you about my friend, Dr. Riley. She's a real scientist. She works in a lab and does experiments every day. But one time, she totally forgot something important. Dr. Riley was doing this experiment with baking soda and vinegar, just like we're going to do today. But she was in a hurry and thought, "Oh, I've done this 100 times. I don't need my goggles today." Bad idea. She poured out the vinegar too fast, and boom! The mixture fizzed up and splashed right into her face. She jumped back and yelled, "My eyes, my eyes!" Don't worry, she was okay. But now, every time she walks into her lab, guess what her coworkers do? They hold up her goggles, and they say, "You forgot something, Dr. Splash." Moral of the story, always wear your safety gear, unless you want a silly nickname for the rest of your science career. So, here we have goggles and gloves. Class, why do you think scientists wear all this equipment? Wally? Yes, it's to protect us. But can someone tell us what this safety equipment protects us from? Yoshi? Yes, this protects us from all the things that could possibly hurt us. And there are many things that can hurt us when we're doing science experiments. So, we are going to be doing a baking soda and vinegar lab experiment today. And that is a chemical reaction. So, we have to wear goggles and safety gloves to protect us. But first, let's watch a video so that there are no surprises of what to expect for our lab today.
Hello, fellow scientists. Before me, you see two common household items, vinegar and baking soda. What do we know about vinegar?
Okay. Now that we have watched the video and we know exactly what's going to happen, we're going to be real scientists doing a safe experiment that creates bubbles and fizz. But first, what do we do before starting a science experiment? Pikachu. Yes, that's right. We have to put on our goggles and gloves. So, I'm going to put on the goggles and gloves. Now, I have created these step-by-step visual aids. So, does everybody remember what step 1 is? Yes, we have to put on our safety equipment. Well, looks like we have our safety equipment on. We can move on now to step 2. What was step 2? Can anybody remember from the video? Yes, Wally, step 2 is we have to gather our supplies. Does everybody remember what supplies we need? That's right. We need vinegar, baking soda, and that's on this picture right here in case anybody needs to refer to it when we're doing the experiment. We also need a measuring spoon. That was right. What's this? Right, this is our beaker. We need this. And we need our tray. Now, what's the next step? Right, step 3 is we have to measure 1 teaspoon of baking soda into our beaker. So, I'm going to come down here with you guys. So everybody wants to come up here and look. We're going to put our baking soda into our beaker. Now, does everybody remember the next step? Yes. We have to measure our vinegar now and put it in our beaker. And that is step 4. And Scientist McFarland hasn't opened this yet. Okay. So now we're going to measure our vinegar. Now, before I pour this vinegar in, it is going to make a bubbly, fizzy sound. Do we remember that from the video? Yes, so does anybody want noise-canceling headphones just in case we don't want to hear the bubbly, fizzy sound? Okay. Here's your noise-canceling headphones. And there we go. All right. Now we are going to add the vinegar into the baking soda. Wow. See how the bubbles foam and pop up? That is called a chemical reaction. It can splash. So the goggles protect your eyes and the gloves protect your hands. Now, I'm going to place these visual cards with you guys on your desk. So when we do the experiments together, we always have cards we can look back and refer to. Now, what could have happened if we didn't wear goggles? What could go wrong? Yes, that is right, Pikachu. We could have had a chemical reaction splash in our face and gotten hurt. So, we wore goggles to protect our eyes and gloves to keep our hands safe from any kind of irritation that could happen from a chemical reaction. Now, let's think about some other type of safety equipment we might need for a different type of experiment. Now, let's brainstorm. Let's imagine we are going outside to collect rocks in the dirt. What kind of safety equipment might we need for that? That's right, Yoshi. We might still need gloves to protect our hands from dirt and other germs outside. Scientists sometimes outside wear gear too. What's something else we might need? You're right, we might need sunscreen too. Now, for PPE, we want to think personal protective equipment. So, Anytime there is some sort of hazard that could hurt us, we want to always make sure we are wearing our personal protective equipment. Now, we do have one more task to do before I can certify you all as scientists. We have to make a safety pamphlet. So, in this activity, I want you guys to all work together as a group to create a safety pamphlet for what it means to be a safe scientist. So, I'm going to be passing out these papers. They have pictures all over them of all the different types of safety equipment we might use. Now, I want you to match this equipment with the different types of experiments on this part. And we can cut them out and put them together and match them up however we need onto our safety pamphlet. Now, I want you guys to work together. Make sure that you're asking each other questions if you're ever confused. Now, we have construction paper and crayons in the back for those of you who want to cut and paste. But for those of you who don't want to get your hands sticky, there is also a learning activity on your Chromebook. Now, remember, if you have any questions, it is okay to ask your neighbor. Now, raise your hand. What was your favorite part of the experiment? When the bubbles fizzed. That's right. That was a chemical reaction that made the bubbles fizz. Oh, your favorite was... Oh, okay. Yeah, we like making sure that we are safe. Unfortunately, this lab coat is only for Dr. McFarland. That's not part of the PPE today. So, why is safety important in science? Right, because sometimes science experiments can be dangerous, so we have to be careful. Class, if you guys want to go ahead and start on your safety pamphlet, and I will be walking around the room to check on you guys as you go.